Hello, my name is Michele, and you're listening to Profit is a Choice. Have you created a profit-first strategy and implemented it, then left it alone? Are you still confident in the percentages that you originally have allocated? Is your system and process growing with the evolving financials and needs of your company? If you're not sure, then this is the podcast for you. Let's talk about how to review your profit-first strategy and how to tweak it to make it work for your business today. Every day, empowered entrepreneurs are taking ownership of their company financial health and enjoying the rewards of reduced stress and more creativity. With my background as a financial software developer, owner of multiple businesses in the interior design industry, educator, and speaker, I coach women in the interior design industry to increase their profits, regain ownership of their bottom line, and to have fun again in their business. Welcome to Profit is a Choice. I built my first profit-first strategy back in 2011. Before I had ever heard of Profit First. I had a simple system of saving for taxes and saving for my pay because I had previously had opportunities to miss paying both of those. And once you feel the pain of no paycheck or the awesome opportunity to write a paycheck to the government for taxes that you haven't paid, you won't quickly forget that. So with that, I made a plan to not have to revisit that situation again. In 2015, I joined forces with Profit First and began using and teaching their money management system. And let me tell you, the strategy I used to create my Profit First system has evolved. And I am not a Profit First purist. My goal is to help teach each company owner I serve how to create a strategy to solve the issue of where their money goes and how their money should be reserved in a way that works for them. So that means not everybody's strategy is the same, and that's okay. But let me be clear on how to make Profit First work for you. Work Profit First. I always suggest that you start with the strategy of money management and money workflow. Then create processes to support that strategy. The biggest implementation mistake I see is people read the book, they rush to the bank and open 5 accounts without really thinking through how their money flows through and how they recognize income. And then I hear that the process doesn't work or that it's too hard or too cumbersome or it takes too long. If done correctly, rarely does it take more than 15 minutes to complete your Profit First allocations. And reconciliations aren't difficult either, so do not let your accountant or bookkeeper tell you that they are. Strategy is what informs our decision making. We need a blueprint to build a house. We use a design plan to trick out a space with beautiful and functional items, and we need a money management plan to tell our money where to go. So begin by tracing how money comes into your firm. What types of payments do you receive, such as for labor and service versus product? How does that money flow through differently? And when do you recognize revenue for product purchases? Is it at the sale, at the time of order, at shipping? Or maybe it's at receiving, or is it at the delivery of the product to the client? This will inform how your product profit flows into your company to be able to be spent by you on operational things. Once you have a strategy for how money flows and will be allocated, calculate the percentages of where your company currently is using the formulas in the Profit First book. We usually divide by gross profit or real revenue to manage our percentages, not total revenue. These percentages are known in Profit First lingo as your caps or your current allocation percentages. That's just currently, where are you allocating? If you desire to have other percentages or you want to work towards the appropriate ones in the book or even just other goals, those then become your TAPs or your target allocation percentages. So one is where you are, the other is where you're moving. This is going to be a recipe for disaster. Look at your caps, and you might see that they're wildly different from your target, and just assume that you can allocate to your target. You will very quickly realize that you can't. And then you're going to be stressed and you're going to say it doesn't work. It truly is a recipe for disaster. The key to success is to start small. Make 1 and 2% changes in your allocations at a time. Build up some success and then tweak it again. Usually we make these small changes at the end of a quarter, and it really helps if you have supportive KPIs, key performance indexes, and goals that align with those changes. Your percentages are built based off of what you think is important at any given time. If you want to move out of your current space and get a new building or purchase a building, then maybe you need a capital building account and you need to be putting some percentage towards that. If you're looking to hire a new position, maybe you have a hiring account and you're looking to save 3 months of salary in advance in that account. If you're wanting to just be able to pay yourself and cover taxes as you go, then the main 5 accounts might work just fine for you. Whatever you're striving to attain, you can save for. But Profit First is about more than saving in accounts. It's about measuring and analyzing the financial data that your company produces and then learning to make sound decisions with what you discover, which also means that you can only allocate money that you have. So the percentages that you choose to allocate must be in alignment with the processes of your firm. Each quarter, take a look at your process, your percentages, and your accounts. Are you finding you're short in some areas or maybe higher in others? Could you do just a 1% shift in allocations to get you closer to where you want to be? And maybe when you do that, you're going to find out that you're exactly where you need to be. Either way, you have the ability to make the Profit First money management system work for you. This is not a static system. It's dynamic based on your company needs. Use it to its fullest by understanding that it's not constricting, it's freeing. Time and time again, I receive feedback on how the Profit First system has saved a company. But I also get feedback on how difficult it is. It really is not meant to be difficult unless you create it to be. Be careful not to overcomplicate it. Start small, start easy, and work to keep your process easy. For my tax account, I put money in, and then I take it out once a quarter to pay taxes. And that makes it easy to reconcile and track. The same holds true for my profit account. The only accounts that have higher transactions are my cost of goods account and my operating expense account. And if I didn't have 2, then all that would be in one, and it would just be all the same work, but in one account. The work would absolutely just be the same. But the separation of those 2 shows how I'm managing money for my client and how I'm managing money for my business. Make the rules of money flow and money management in your company, and then create a Profit First strategy that supports it. And then the work isn't done. You need to manage to it. Analyze the numbers, tweak if necessary, and then reap the rewards. I teach the Profit First strategy for the interior design industry through my course, Master Your Profit, as well as in my coaching program. The biggest hurdle is the strategy. Spend your time to get that right, and it will help the process go smoothly. We would never build a house as we go with no plan, and we wouldn't purchase for a home without a design plan. So why would we move money around without knowing what and how our financials fit together? We just wouldn't do that. You can find out more by going to my website at scarletthreadconsulting.com and look under resources for the Master Your Profit course. You can also find out more about my coaching when you go to the Work With Me page. Create profit by managing your money well, because profit doesn't happen by accident. Profit is a Choice is proud to be part of the designnetwork.org, where you can discover more design media reaching creative listeners. Thanks for listening, and stay creative and business minded.